This is Eric again, building the AM 4.5 stunt helmet. This is the face piece. We're going to work on that a little bit. I'll have to do a separate video because I have to go outside in a little bit. So basically, you see, it comes well protected, so it's not going to be stretched up. Remove the bags. As you can see, the eyes are already trimmed, which is nice. The only thing you're going to have to do is the teeth. And these teeth, compared to the 4.0, are much cleaner. They're really sharp, and you can trim them very nicely. And again, I use that 1/2-inch belt sander to do that. But again, before I do any sanding, I want to put my decals in here before the dust gets in them. And in the last video, you notice I messed up on one of the decals. I already replaced it with the one I have, so it's good to go. So I'm going to take the last two decals for the tears, and I'm going to put those in. And again, this is how I build it. Doesn't mean it's the right way, it's just the way I do it. I start by putting the decal up in the corner. Hold it, and I slowly rub it in until it's all the way in place. Like so. Now I do things different because I'm ambidextrous, so I could do left and right on some things. But on this side, for some reason, I always have to do the front first, work my way up to the top. And again, I start on one side and I slowly work my way up so I don't get any wrinkles in there or bubbles. Sometimes it's unavoidable, but that part is done. On the cap piece, if you remember the dimple that I cut off, that dimple is going to sit right there in this dimple. So when I cut that off, it's actually, the cap is actually sitting here now instead of up here. Instead of in front of the dimple, it's going to sit right on top of that dimple. So it's going to give it a little bit more tube area on both sides. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And I could normally fit anywhere between 13 and 15 stripes in the tube stripe area. That's pretty simple. Then I take my 1/8 inch drill bit, put it in my drill, and I go ahead and drill my holes for my mic tips. And there's no dimple marks for it, but I try to find the center. And I don't push hard. I let the drill do the work. If you push hard, it could break the plastic, so we don't want to do that. Let the drill do the job. And there we have our holes for the mic tips for down the road, and I don't have to worry about drilling those later. So anyway, I'll see you on the next video. We'll trim out the teeth. I'll sand off this area, and then we'll get to putting it together. So if I wasn't doing a video, I could build this helmet actually in about 10 minutes. Pretty quick and easy. These are the simplest helmets I've ever had because you don't have to really do any trimming. So I'll see you on the next video.